The Ash, Luttsy and Susie Snackbox.
I don't know if you ever had holidays with your grandparents growing up. Did you ever do that?
Nah.
Didn't you?
Well, no. To be fair, my grandparents were overseas, so like we would go have a family holiday overseas to see them.
Oh, okay.
But we'd never go away with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I really did, but famously in our family, my mum and dad had their honeymoon with their parents at Coolangatta.
What, both sets of parents?
No, just with dad's
Mum and
mum
dad?
and dad.
What?
My mum had
The
to spend
honeymoon?
her honeymoon with her parents-in-law
Oh, okay.
at Coolangatta.
Yeah. No, nothing like
And
that.
not on the beach, off the back of the beach.
Well, I used to have my grandparents come and stay sometimes when we were growing up in Harvey Bay, and it was like, it's just, you're just being parented different. It's like, this is a different way of doing it. Like Granny, she used to actually make us lunch, but she'd make us like baked bean sandwiches and wrapped it in that wax paper, that wax paper?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
it was the most disgusting
It's
lunch
like
of all time.
It's that paper you'd put on if you're in the oven, like on the floor of the
non-stick,
oven.
Yeah.
the non-stick paper.
It doesn't burn somehow.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
But my youngest boy Archie, he's 12. He's on holidays now with my old man.
Where are they?
Gone to Queenstown.
Oh, cool.
Dad's got
Really?
Yeah, somewhere over there for a week, and so he's over there with so my dad's got two of his grandsons there. So my boy who's 12, and then Asher, and Asher's 4, so he's like really small, and he just spent a week with Dad. And
What are they going to go skiing or?
yeah, well, Dad's not going to ski, but
Yeah.
Archie is, yeah. And then Asher's dad Phil's there as well. So there's like, they're going skiing.
Yeah.
And the old man's wife, Elise, she loves skiing too. So they're over there for a week, and he scored a trip there, which is good. But my old man has no filter on his language at all, and he never has. And he's just one of those people, like he just, he swears.
Yep.
He's a swearer. And he doesn't hold back when there's kids around. It's just the way that he always is. And Ash has just spent a week with him. And, he's 4. And apparently Asher walked into the kitchen the other night.
Oh, no.
In front, and
He's 4.
and Lisa's gone, "Where's Grandpa, Asher?" And Asher said, "In the effing garage."
He's picked up.
Like, he's picked that up.
He's
Yeah.
4.
He was 4.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
No, well, I'm just saying, like,
The first
You know,
time,
it's like,
it was
oh.
the first time that Ash's dad had heard Asher drop the F-bomb.
in this day and
Yeah.
age, you're holding back the tide.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a matter of when your kid starts swearing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like swearing has become so, like, and I mean the big words, like, are being dropped like it's hot. Like, in general conversation.
In
now.
every
Like,
song.
Instead of an
Yeah. It's,
like, seriously, like, yeah.
it's the new fill in the blank.
Yeah, so how you would stop your kid from swearing? I don't even have, like, because schools, I imagine at schools it's like rife,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Oh, yeah. Well,
How
the
do you
same,
stop your kid
as it
from
was
swearing?
when we were at school,
Yes.
too, I guess.
Well, Harrison's 3. He turned 3 on
Yeah.
Friday, and he's used the F word before as well.
Yeah.
And you go, and you
where
know
do you
what?
get that from? Yeah,
Well, that's the thing, right? And
Bronzy,
they,
obviously.
well, they don't hold back though. There's no lying.
No.
They're very honest. And I'm like, Harrison, where did you learn that word from?
Yeah.
He's like, mummy.
Yeah, I was going to say definitely not you, obviously.
See, I'm an angel.
That first one, though, as well. I remember Levi's first one. He was actually with Jodie's old man. We were at Fraser, and we were crossing over, the 4-wheel drive tracks at Fraser, and we stopped in the middle to get a photo because it's like a rainforest area. And Alan came over to me. Levi was only about 3 at the time as well.
Yeah.
And he came over and said that Levi had been bouncing around in the front seat, and at one stage he bounced real hard, and he just said, "I'm sick of this effing island."
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie Snackbox.
I had a third birthday I
Oh,
hosted
yeah.
at my house.
How'd that end up?
Yeah.
It was good. It was all right in the end. I think it's one of those things that you think's going to be worse than it actually is, because by the time everyone kind of streams in and all the prep's done, you're just hosting a barbecue, really.
Well, we were talking about some of the horror stories too. The possibilities.
Yep.
So you weren't going in blinded
Yeah.
as to how bad it could get.
I think I mentioned on Friday that we had
What was the cake situation?
Well, that's the thing I was going to say. I got a lot of people, actually, thank you to so many. I had a few people reach out saying, we can sort out a cake for you by tomorrow.
Oh, well played.
It was, to be honest with you, I kind of threw it in the too hard basket because we're kind of organising everything else. So I got one of those. I don't know if you've ever seen them. For me, it's nostalgic because I used to have these as a kid. But the Sara Lee 1.8 kilo chocolate slab cakes. Have you ever seen one of them?
They're just totally like chocolate.
They're like it's like a rectangle 1.5 kilos of cake.
Is
it a mud
is
cake?
it in the
Yeah.
foil tray?
Well, this one's in cardboard, but it might have been back in the day.
Right.
And you find them in the. I got it from my local Drake's.
Is it a
in the
frozen
freezers.
deal?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you defrost it and yeah. But we didn't. I mean, yeah, it was good. So that was like tick that off, because I would have had to have gone. Although I'm very appreciative of people offering, I would have had to go and collect the cake and send a design or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was just like 2 minutes down the road to my local Drake's, picked it up. We did a sausage sizzle. So we had a Wiggles theme party. So I think
I saw a photo of you dressed as a Wiggle.
yeah, so I was the red Wiggle, Bronte was the blue one, Matilda, my daughter, who's 1.5, was the yellow Wiggle, and Harrison, who's obsessed with the Wiggles, was the purple Wiggle.
So
Yeah,
like,
purple's his favourite.
Yeah,
isn't
John and Lockie Wiggle.
it? Somehow I know that.
Yeah,
but
you listen too much.
Getting back to last week, we were talking about whether parents stay or not. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a 3-year-old party, so obviously all the parents of everyone else stayed.
Yeah, and I think by this point,
so were they dressed as? Because there's a chance
No.
you're the only adult dressed
We
as
were.
Wiggle.
Were they
Yeah.
drinking?
were they what? Sorry,
Yeah.
So you're greeting fellow adults at the door dressed as what?
the red Wiggle. I had a legit
And they're dressed normally.
yeah, just coming in, but the kids were
That's
dressed
not
up.
fair.
Yeah, but at this point in time, when you're hosting a third birthday party, most of these people are our friends, and they've just got
Yeah.
kids, if that makes sense.
Well,
So
the other kids were all dressed up.
a few of them were, yeah.
Well, seriously, I would have been telling the parents, if you don't come dressed as a Wiggle, then don't come.
Yeah,
Don't bring
well,
your kid. Like,
yeah.
Like seriously, why are you going to dress?
One
They
in,
don't.
all in.
No, but let's say the thing is, once you put in that rule, you got to remember, because we've got a mothers group, the Yummy Mummies of Upper Logan. There's like 7 of them, which is a lot of birthday parties throughout the year. So if you enforce that rule once when you're hosting,
Yeah, you're signing
Little-
yourself up to 13
Exactly.
times a year.
You're
You're gonna
like-
be getting
yeah, little
dressed up.
Carter's bloody safari
How do you
theme.
dress as Obi-Wan
I'm
Kenobi?
with Buzz
Like,
on this.
That's the
no,
thing,
fair
yeah.
play.
So you kind of play your cards in that, but the thing is,
hopefully next party they're dressed up.
Yeah.
that's usually what happens. Like
Yeah,
if
that's
the
what I'm
kid,
saying,
But
like
that's
that,
in
yeah.
their house.
yeah,
But
Their
still,
rules.
You want that? Yeah, you want
Yeah.
I want to see that.
That they make the
Martha
same
dressed
effort.
as Bluey in
Exactly,
in
yeah.
2 months from
You can't
now.
overcommit, because if you got like 7 of these throughout the year that you got to go to,
Yeah.
you commit to your own one for photos for your own kid.
Fair
We had Wiggles themed food, so we had little things of cold spaghetti, little tin spaghetti.
Right.
We had
it's a-
like
it's a song.
SPC.
Oh, right.
It's a song. Oh yeah,
It's a song.
I don't know why I'm
one of
looking at
the
you like
classics,
this.
mate.
Yeah.
I don't know who the Wiggles are.
We had mashed banana. We had
know that one.
Again, that's
yeah,
you've
that's
heard
one of their
that.
songs. Hot potato. But we also did a sausage
have hot
sizzle.
potatoes?
We made potato gems. So
Yes.
yeah,
Hot potato.
yeah. So now you get it.
Yeah.
But we did a sausage sizzle, and this is where it led to my downfall, because I did the sausage sizzle, and then you make it, you put it in a foil tray, and you dump it on the ground, and you say, "Help yourself, everybody." And then, like 9 hours later, when you're cleaning it all up at like 9 o'clock at night time, and the sausages have been there for 9 hours after you cook them, I'm just like smashing sausages before me and Bronte smashing
you're cleaning
sausages.
them up.
Yeah. We were
that
crook
safe?
as no. We were both. We spent all day yesterday, both of us throwing up.
I don't doubt it. Because wouldn't the kids have all run their,
It's disgusting.
their grubby,
I don't even
filthy
wanna know.
little hands
They've been
over-
there for 9 hours.
Yeah, there's flies all over, and got flies back this time of year. So all in all, I've lost like 3 kilos, which has been good, and spent all day yesterday on the toilet.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie Snackbox.
I'm smarter than Sue.
Brighton Homes are now offering up to $35,000 cash back on their homes. You don't need to be smarter than Suze to live brighter and save more with Brighton.
Can I say as well, Luttsy's doing it, like usually Susie goes in there with a phone or something. Luttsy is
He's raw dogging it.
No phone, no nothing. So it's all legit, all above board.
Total raw dog. You know what would have been funny though, Buzz? We should have left Luttsy here. Susie's away today, by the way. She's back tomorrow, but we should have left him here. He pays so little attention sometimes. We could have actually gone through the questions with David out of Bracken Ridge.
Yeah.
And it would have, when we finally snapped Luttsy's attention too, he would have been listening to it for the first time.
Yeah, he'd have no idea.
But he's in the booth, okay? You there, Dave?
I'm here, yes.
Oh, we've had dramas with our phones all day, so thank God we got you right now, mate. Is this your first time? What's your story?
No, I've been on once before, a couple of years ago, and I got beat.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
Yeah,
And that was with Suze, obviously.
it was, yes, yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
rarefied
Oh.
air at the moment, mate. It's at $1,100, but you don't even have to be smarter than Suze. You only got to be smarter than Luttsy. Okay.
Hopefully that'll be a bit easier then.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, well, just having a pre-read of the questions here because I'm a professional. All right, let's see how you go. David, out of Bracken Ridge for $1,100. 30 seconds on the clock, and your time starts now. What bird is known as a symbol of peace?
So,
What US president was assassinated at the theatre?
Abraham Lincoln.
Who wrote Pride and Prejudice?
Oh, pass.
What is the capital of Canada?
Ontario.
What is 11 squared?
144. No.
Who wrote
132.
Who wrote Pride and Prejudice?
Pass.
Out of time, David, unfortunately.
I had you as 142 for that question at the end there, that one, what is 11 squared? And other than that, yeah, came back to question number 3, so you definitely went the distance there.
Yeah, yeah.
You started off like a house on fire, David.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
You
Hopefully I've done enough.
We'll wait to see. It could be very, very close. Let's bring in the GIMP. It's Luttsy this morning.
Bring in the game, try to understand the questions. Make it nice and make it clear.
Darling.
She's not gonna sit in silence. She's not gonna pass. She'll win.
Susie O'Neill! Hold the phone, Freddie! Susie O'Neill! That will be a miracle! You won't see anything like that again this year!
It's weird in the soundproof booth. I've never sat in there.
Is that the first time you've been in there?
Yeah,
Like
'cause-
for real?
Yeah, because Amber from Fun and Games walked past and just I'm
What was
just
she
sitting
doing?
there. I felt like I was like in Amsterdam at the red light district.
Oh,
In the window.
I just said €50. What do you want? not that I know that it's €50, obviously. I'm just guessing. But
Yeah,
if I had been there,
Yeah.
that's what I felt. I felt like that.
Does it work though?
Yeah, there's like there's a motion sensor in there because if you don't move, it stops. But if you move it, the white noise cancels out all the
So
noise.
you can't hear anything.
No, I can hear Nick. We can hear Nick from the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
well,
you can't-
listen,
no, you
come
can't
on.
hear anything, yeah.
Susan's done
Go on.
so well to build this up to $1,100.
It is right now. Okay.
It's David v. Luttsy. David v. David. David out of Bracken Ridge.
Bracken Ridge.
Standing by. All right, Luttsy, here we go. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. What bird is known as a symbol of peace?
Dove.
What US president was assassinated at the theatre?
JFK.
Who wrote Pride and Prejudice?
Edward Norton.
What is the capital of Canada?
Ottawa.
What is 11 squared?
121.
Stop the clock. Take a Tuco.
Bang.
Tape!
All right, let's have a look at it. What bird is known as the symbol of peace? You both said the dove. That's correct. 1-1. What US president was assassinated at the theatre? Luttsy said it was JFK.
It's not JFK.
That's wrong. David said that was Abe Lincoln. Abraham.
How does he know that?
And that
right?
is correct.
Stop it, Dave! How did you know
I don't know
that?
how I know that. I don't know. It's just one of them things, you know.
They got him at the theatre.
What
Yeah.
sort of theatre? Well, like, just like a movie theatre? Or like a...
I was watching like a play.
A play
Yeah.
theatre.
Really?
I think.
Yeah, with the
It wouldn't have been a
president's
movie.
area.
I did not
He was
know.
watching Mad Max 2.
Point blank.
Beaches. It was Bette Midler and Beaches. As well.
2-1. 2-1 to you, David. Pride and Prejudice. Now, David, you chewed up the clock here. We didn't get
Who,
back
him?
to it. Yeah, you're Luttsy. Luttsy, you said, who did you say? Enid Blyton or someone?
Edward Norton, I didn't know.
Ed Norton. Jane Austen. Suze would have got that. I know that Suze would have got that for sure. So it's still you leading, David, 2-1 over Luttsy, the capital of Canada. I don't remember what you said, David, but
Ontario.
you said Ontario. That's incorrect. Luttsy said Ottawa, and that's a good get.
That's good. I went there for 6 hours once, David. And that's where that story ends.
So 2-2.
Nice.
And 11 squared. David, you said it was 142. Luttsy, you just knew that one.
That was unbelievable,
121.
Yeah, it's one of those weird ones. I know up to 12 times, and that's
Yeah,
it.
that was good.
Yep, you're absolutely correct. So it's a 3-2 victory to Luttsy. He's smarter than you, David.
Sorry, Dave.
Well done.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie Snackbox.
Okay, we're crossing to, I think it's Taupo in New Zealand. To a hunting lodge, we found out, of all places. That's the last place I expected Colin Fasnich to turn up.
I'm never surprised with the Fadge.
No.
he can turn up everywhere. The great man. How are you?
I'm good. It's usually a jail or a prison, but this time it's not.
Or a pub.
You just gave us a view out the window. I don't know if that's your room where you're staying at this hunting lodge, but it looks magnificent. But then you're telling us you got tagged by your own rifle. What's going on?
Any country I go to, I like to take a little piece of it with me. So I've got. I'm not going to go into the details, but I've got a big, massive scar on my head that's been glued together.
Yeah.
That's like stitches. That's the real deal, right?
No,
It looks
like a
scars are cool.
Yeah, it's like a boxer that's
Chicks
been
dig 'em.
split and they've glued it back together.
Yeah,
Which I think
yeah.
I think that's the way they do it now.
That's just the story of my life, isn't
Yeah.
it? Just glued back together.
Yeah. Move on. On to the next thing, which is
MKR.
MKR. Now it returns tonight, 7:30 on Channel 7 and
7
7 Plus, and it's you and Manu. We saw you before.
100%.
Yeah.
Tonight is, I guarantee you, within 10 minutes of watching tonight, you'll be hooked. There is some lunatics on this show.
I've seen the shorts, Colin. It looks pretty cool.
We got Mike and Pete on there. Just mate, he's just there. We're watching straight
Really?
away.
Really?
We got some great Queensland teams on there.
Nice.
So it's the 14 years we've had the highest score ever in 14 years, the highest ever.
How is that?
Okay.
Explain to us why we still can't understand one word that Manu says, even though he's been speaking on that show for now for 14 years.
I just sit there and nod. I don't know what that guy says. I think we're going next year. We were talking about doing it in Braille. So
Yeah. Just go on and just speak complete gibberish, both of you. So nobody has any idea what these.
Well, he's Irish, but I can understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know?
you got an Australian show with two blokes from abroad with accents. Like, work it out.
Yeah. You know what? The other thing, did you say 14 years? What a
Yeah, I know, right?
what a juggernaut. But how many times over that 14 years do you see the same situation occur? People go in there and they got the big dinner party. They're on My Kitchen Rules. It's like it's their big moment, and they go, so I'm going to try something I've never tried before. every year, I bet you that happens. Like episode 1, do you get people going, I've never given this a crack before, but I'm going to give it a go now.
I heard it. I walked in. They said it to me, and I walked back out of the kitchen. I said, "Best of luck. See you later." Bye.
And also,
You're wasting your breath.
Here's one from left field, but someone over the weekend, Fadge, said to me that in Japan, in particular right now, they're pulling out this whole chicken sashimi thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because they reckon that the chickens over there, you can't die from having uncooked chicken. I'm like, how is that possible? Like, is that a thing?
Look, I had a chicken sandwich the other day that was cooked at a servo in New Zealand, and it was like the Jenny Craig. I lost 4 kilos.
Yeah.
100%.
So, and that was cooked. I wouldn't go near the raw chicken myself.
So you wouldn't touch that?
No way.
But is that a new thing, or is that something that is that a delicacy in Japan? I've actually never heard of chicken
There's
sashimi.
a guy I seen a guy on TikTok who ate raw chicken for a month, like eating chicken breasts, and he didn't get sick. But like, nah.
To what end? Like, why would you even do it?
Life's too short.
Yeah, I guess everything's got to be tried for the first time at some stage, though. But I always just thought that it makes you sick.
Not everything.
No, that's yeah, I guess there are limits.
That's your.
Moving on.
Colin, that's his tombstone. It's going to be Ash Bradham. He tried everything once.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie Snackbox.
Who's the new billionaire that you speak of?
Well, it's Selena Gomez.
Can't keep my hands to myself.
You know, like big music artists. To be honest, I didn't know anything about her until I started watching Only Murder in the Building, where she stars alongside Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Yeah. Is that on Prime? Or
Disney Plus?
Disney Plus, yeah.
Disney Plus. Great show. And, yeah, brilliant casting. She's perfect in it with Steve Martin and everything. But so, anyway,
she's hit the $1 billion mark.
Well, so...
How old is she, by the way?
She's 32. For those that are just late on here, she was a Disney Channel was where she started, Wizards of Waverly Place in 2007. But her billionaire status has come from like 81% of her wealth, they reckon, stems from her cosmetics company, Rare Beauty, which launched 4 years ago in 2020.
That's the deal, isn't it? To parlay it into something.
Yeah.
You know, parlay your notoriety, your fame into a product.
Yeah, and I feel like the Kardashians did that. Like first and foremost, that they were rich, but then they went, okay, let's push into the. I think it was that was like a cosmetics range.
Well,
I think
50 Cent did it with his sports drink.
Rihanna. Rihanna's a billionaire through Fenty Beauty.
Yeah.
Which is, again, not... I think the stats of how much, like, for Gomez, Selena Gomez, they reckon that her showbiz, in inverted commas, exploits accounted for roughly, like minor percentage. And then her music tours are less than 5% of her fortune.
And that acting gig in that show that you like, that'd be even less than that, probably.
Yeah. Record sales for her is 2%.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So that makes you realise it's probably still big money for her, but that's how hard it actually is to make money out of being a musician, let alone a superstar musician.
She's massive as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Rare Beauty. It sells makeup products from liquid blush to lipsticks. Reportedly did net sales of US $400 million in the last 12 months. Crazy, right?
Yeah. Sure a roll.
Yeah, you can get it from Sephora here in Australia as well.
Oh, really?
Just looking at it looks like it's exclusive to Sephora. I can't believe she's a billionaire.
32.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
She dates Benny Blanco.
Does she?
Oh, really?
Music producer. Do you know who Benny Blanco is?
I've heard of the name.
Yeah, so I don't really know who he is.
Yeah, you could have told me he was an athlete. I would have rolled with that too.
Parramatta Eels.
Yeah.
Oh, it could have been Italy.
Won the fullback of the year.
The Ash, Luttsy and Susie Snackbox.